Alright, like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. It's Netflix time. This movie's called Dogwashers. When a narco past his prime refuses to pay a debt to an upstart, only a secret stash of money can save his men. But guess what the gardener just found? So it's a Colombian movie. I guess you could call it a comedy. I don't really partake it as such, but it came out a couple weeks ago. It's an hour 47 minutes long. Spoiler alert, let's get it. So we start off with this guy right here. He's having a conversation with this guy right here. He gives him this story about a car. Let's just call it the car scene. Then all of a sudden, this motherfucker gets whacked. Machete to the neck, done deal, dead. Alright, I'm gonna give you the name of the characters as they come up because I'm probably not gonna remember them all. Alright, here we got Bobo. Over here we got Don Oscar, his wife Claudia, his maid Rita, one of his hitman Freddie, his other hitman Milton, the gardener Yanir. So they both just sitting around having breakfast. And he's been noticing next door, this guy and this guy, they've been posted up for like a couple weeks. Why? I'll explain later. Yanir and Rita taking a smoke break by the pool. The Don talking to his boys about the two next door neighbors trying to figure out what's good with these niggas. He tries calling somebody but nobody answers. My guess is he's trying to call El Suco, who just got his motherfucking head chopped off. He tells his boy to keep an eye on them niggas. He tells Bobo too, whose bitches have been chilling watching the dogs. And once they get in the truck to leave, these niggas follow along. The only place Don was really going to was to the clinic. And he finds out from the doctor the reason he wasn't able to have kids is because he got a low sperm count. Shouldn't have been drinking all that Mountain Dew, nigga. Well, anyway, he calls his wife, tells her everything's fine. He gets back in the car, his man tells him he's being followed. He tells his other soldier the same thing, and he basically has them going in circles. Eventually, they figure it out and stop following him. They head over to this building, and inside the building, there's cops in it. And of course, Don's suspicions were correct. These niggas undercover. So then we have this conversation with Milton and this other dude. This guy's talking about all types of imported beers that he's got and whatnot, and houses and economy countries or whatever. But all he wants to know is if he got a spot for his boss to hide out for a while. Later on, Don's out somewhere getting a sale. And what did he purchase? Some crystal meth. That's how he getting down these streets. He makes a call to this chick named Angie because he can't go back to the house right now. He gets there, he's like, shit, what's cracking? You already know what it is. Meanwhile, his wife, Claudia, is at her homegirl's house, looking at pictures reflecting off the good old days. Meanwhile, Don gets a call from Milton, who's about to head over to El Pasio's house. But when he gets to the door, this crazy motherfucker is still here. He says, look, man, I ain't got beef with you, just your boss. Yo, tell him give me my money. So then after that, Milton goes in the house and finds El Pasio dead as shit. So he's like, man, shorty, look, I gotta get out of here. I gotta handle some business. But as he's leaving, she makes a phone call like she's trying to alert somebody. And I guess he heard something he ain't like, because he turned back around and came back to her door. I don't know what he did after that, but by the intense music that followed, I'm pretty sure it wasn't good. Back at the house, Milton's talking to Bobo, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Alright, so here comes some plot. Claudia's telling the gardener that she wants her house done a certain way, or rose bowl or whatever. He says he'll have the tools and equipment ready tomorrow and tells Yonder to back up the truck. But in the process, he accidentally knocks over this statue. But as he's trying to put it back together, he looks down in the hole and pulls out this black bag. Whatever the hell was in that black bag got him feeling some type of way. My guess is either some dead body parts or some money. So anyway, after he finishes work, he goes to this pawn shop, and he's talking to this guy about getting his motorcycle back or whatever. I guess has sentimental value or something because he really wants that one. He's like, dude, just bring me all the money you got this shit. Like, go away. So he goes to meet up with his boo, and he says he's got to tell her something. Meanwhile, Don and Freddie are setting up at this abandoned house. I'm guessing it was the house that was recommended by Milton. We got Bobo here, chilling with his lady who was tired of being a prostitute. So we get back to Yona and his girl, and yes, he found money in the bag. So there you go, I knew it was either one or the other. So of course he's gonna try and find some way to get it up out of there. You know, without getting killed, that is. Meanwhile, after Bobo dropped his girl out, she trying to get some street walking, you know, get a couple more dollars in. But clearly she ain't had enough because she ain't paid her landlord like 2 weeks. He's like, look man, you gonna get one more day after that, you getting the fuck up out of here. Meanwhile, Don and Freddie are having flashbacks about their man El Pasio. The gardener and his grandpa going back to work the next day. He goes to smoke with his shorty Rita talking about random shit. Claudia's terrorizing the house calling for Rita. Rita like, man, I'm cooking up this bitch, man, what the fuck? Milton's like, man, fix that food for the cops that's next door. He makes sure to lick the bagels and spit in the drinks before he sends it over there. It's like, ugh. Meanwhile, Don hates the way that he's living right now. They ain't got no women. They eating nasty-ass sardine sandwiches and shit. He's like, dude, get some real food and some women over this bitch, man. Meanwhile, Rita sends the detectives that nasty-ass food or whatever. And she just kept laughing at him the whole time. You thinking to yourself that she gets some information out of him, but not even really. So anyway, after that waste of time, Claudia decides to go out on her own with her homegirl. But Milton's like, no, I gotta watch you 24/7. You ain't going nowhere without me. You doing extra close inspections, niggas. What's good? So after Yonder and Grandpa's job is done, they're taking their usual trash to the bridge. But he didn't want them to go through one particular bag. Like, old man, get back in this truck and mind your business. He's like, man, I've been raising you since your mother died. You better get your head on straight. Later on, the Don gets some women and some real food. Then he gets a call from Crazy Man again. He tells him once again, like, man, I'm not paying you shit. Then this motherfucker goes crazy and bangs off one of the chicks. Then he forced Freddy to go get the other one. What in all of the fuck? Yonner's back home counting up the money. He tells his girl he's gonna get the bike first and then we gonna head on out like to Cali somewhere. She's like, man, fuck the bike, let's just go. And I wish he would have took her advice, like, yo, fuck that bike, yo, just get some shit, get a taxi cab and just get the fuck out, like now. Later that night, Dawn and Freddie over here still burying bodies. Alright, here comes some more shit. Milton was doing his job of following Claudia, but it turns out her and her girl was going to a clinic. She was talking about trying to get rid of the baby. So she's pregnant? By who? Her husband's sperm count is too low. Nah, by Milton. Milton has been smashing the Dawn's wife. Meanwhile, Dawn and Frida are watching the news to get a news report about the girl Angie. Yeah, remember the first chick's house that Dawn went to before when he was going on a run? Well, yeah, he did end up killing her. Frida's like, yo, why the fuck did you kill her for? And he didn't even give him a legit answer either. Meanwhile, nursing home prostitute is talking to her boo, Bobo. Then Bobo goes outside to check on the dogs. But as he's doing that, he notices the statue's crooked. Aw, shit, he found out the money's gone. I think a certain gardener's about to get fucked up. He's trying to call and alert everybody, but nobody's picking up the phone. Because people got stuff to do. You know, Dawn's getting high, Fred does burying bodies, Milton smashing Dawn's wife. You know what I'm saying? The usual shit. Meanwhile, Yonner's trying to find the pawn shop guy, can't find him, so he's searching all over town this dude just so he can get this bike. Bobo's on your tail, Yonner. Fuck the bike, just get the hell out of town. Like seriously, he goes to every bar looking for this nigga. Every fucking bar. At this point, I'm just expecting Bobo to kill this nigga, yo. So anyway, Claudia calls Dawn. Dawn tells Claudia, like, why are you calling me? I'm supposed to be hiding. And then she's like, you know what? Fuck it. Hung up the phone and called it a day. This nigga is still looking for the pawn shop guy. Bobo goes to see her girlfriend and she asks him, is it even worth it to go after this little kid? She talks about how the family really hasn't given him shit, really. But you know for a fact he's gonna find this kid, if nothing else, to retrieve the money. So he gets in his car, kidnaps the grandpa. Yana calls his girl. She like, yo, why are you wasting time, yo? Just get the fuck out of here. But it is too late. Bobo shows up at the door. I can feel it now. Yana's definitely gonna die, yo. That's how I just feel it. Meanwhile, Milton sets up a meeting with Crazy Man. So not only is he smashing Dawn's wife, he's about to tell him Dawn's location and wants to be a part of the crew on top of that. So basically, to put in short, Milton's like, fuck Dawn. So Yana finally finds this guy, and then after all that, he doesn't even take his money. Just throws it right back at his face. So he decides to throw a plastic goat through the window and shatter the glass, and basically just runs off. After that, he's trying to get a taxi to get to his girl house, who Bobo has all tied up while he's watching cartoons. He pulls up on the side, calls his girl, gets no answer, right? So logically, if I was Yana, I'm thinking to myself, did something happen? What's going on? I want you to take a guess what he does. No, seriously, take a guess what he fucking does, yo. He walks up and just knocks on the door like shit is all gravy. And of course, his goofy ass gets snatched up and gets popped. Deaded. Done deal. The end. Silly motherfucker, yo. I swear, yo. So you got Fred and Milton, and they've been tripping out the Dawn too. But they think Bobo had been acting like himself, and because he got a girl, they think that he's got the money and he's gonna dip out. So they meet at the church because, you know, he has faith and stuff. So basically, they were gonna plan on killing Bobo the moment they see him come up. But before they do that, Freddy confirms the location of Dawn's whereabouts. And Crazy Man's boy's about to ride out. Look at this preacher right quick. Does he look like a God worshiper? No, he looks like Satan. Look at his face. Look at his eyeballs. It's crazy. As Milton about to tell Freddy's about to start a family, Bobo gets the drop on both them niggas. And these niggas get the drop on the Dawn. Yeah, they deaded his ass. And that's what happens when you don't kick out the cash, nigga. Meanwhile, we got Shorty waiting on Bobo. But when she gets to the car, she found out Bobo been shot. And he dies right there in the car. And she basically just walks off with the money. She does get on the bus, though. Claudia just chilling somewhere painting her nails and shit. Rita's still just cleaning up the house. Alright, so what happened with the undercovers? They still sitting at the house. They clueless. They don't know what the hell's going on. They like, where's everybody at? Nobody came back to the house. Then all of a sudden the dogs attack them. And that's the end of the movie. It's like, what the fuck? Now, they never really explained the whole thing about the bike. Now, he wanted to get that cheap bike back because he didn't want anything extravagant attracting attention. Now, that is true. But that was the only bike you kept thinking about? Like, seriously? Had y'all just left right away, you wouldn't have to worry about all that shit. And why was that bike so sentimental? They never explained that shit. Well, anyway, Dogwashers on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Slick DZ, y'all DZ, Mr. Big. You got that slogan.